Hey guys, welcome back. I know my hair is doing different things over here. I just filmed a video of me doing my makeup, so I've had to put my hair up and chucked a bandana on it because my hairline is atrocious. So I also got a couple of requests for like videos about tattoo. I'm just gonna like pull some hair down because it looks a bit strange. So I have already done a couple of tattoo related stuff in like my Q&A video, so I did brush up on the subject and kind of show you guys all of my tattoos. However, I didn't really speak much about the process or how long they took. I just kind of went through them, so I thought I would properly make a video about each and every one of them and give you the proper rundown of what happened, who did it, how long it took. So I hope you guys enjoy. My first one that I'm gonna have to talk about is gonna have to be my favorite one, which is my snake. It took about an hour and a half, I think, and it does look bigger on me than it actually is because I'm a very small person. That is quite a nice size. So that is it. There is a little snake in here and obviously like a load of flowers. Don't ask me, I said this in my other video, I don't know what flowers are which, so I'm not even going to attempt to tell you what flowers they are. But this one cost me 90 quid. I got it done in Swallow's Den in Winchester by Jess, and she's great. Her work is really good. I'm so happy with this one. The second one I'm going to talk about I also got done by her. So this is this one here, and this one was 30 quid. I was speaking about it in my other video, the whole dice roll situation. So basically she has made up this little book and it's got loads of different like flash designs in it, and you pay £30, roll the dice, it lands on the number that correlates to another tattoo design, and you flick through it and find out which one it is. And at that point you then can either re-roll for like 5 quid or you can get whatever it is. So I ended up with this one. That was my first one that I ever got, proper tattoo anyway, because I have other ones, but this is my first proper tattoo. So I'm planning on getting another one from her actually. I was booked in, I can't even remember, but it had to be cancelled because of coronavirus, which I'm really annoyed about. But that's just what happens at the end of the day. I think the next tattoos, I have them kind of random places, so like going from my arms like down to my ankle, so I'm just going to work from top to bottom from there. I actually did just forget that I have some on my ears, and I think I've run through these before. Right here I have 3 dots, and I also have 3 dots on this part of my ear. When I was about 16-17, as some of you guys know, I got really obsessed with doing stick and pokes. So that is what the rest of my tattoos are. Now, I started off doing some random stuff and that's what came out of it. So I kind of just was like, I'm bored, I'm just gonna do some random crap. They're just random dots. And I have this, it crops up everywhere. I have dots on my finger, like little random dots in random places. Apparently Whiskers in the snug. So the next one that I have is the really bad one that's on the inside of my lip. Now, I thought it would be cute to try and put a little tattoo on the inside of my mouth. Decisions were made. At some point in the future, I do want to actually get one properly done on the inside of my lip, partly to cover that up and partly just because I think it looks cool, whatever. So my next ones that I have are on my arms, and again these are stick and pokes. This one, which you would have seen when I was trying to show you my other tattoos, is supposed to be some sort of like fern leaf. The problem was that I had to sit like this. I couldn't really see it properly. It ended up a little bit deformed, and I still do like it. I could probably get it fixed and it probably look okay. I do like the placement of it because it's just below my other tattoos. However, it's still very annoying. I never finished it. It's still got a couple of little dots here and there that haven't been filled in to like create proper lines. That is the only one I have on that arm. No, it's not. I lied, I just saw another one. Surprise tattoos. The next one that I have is going to be quite hard to show because it's in a really annoying place. So I have this one right here, and this is the little flower. I think this is definitely one of the first ones that I actually ever did. Apologies if you can hear my squeaky chair. I did not choose the right chair to sit in today. I do still quite like it. It's not in the perfect placement. I did have it pointed out to me by somebody that it's actually not in the middle and it's not, so that makes it awkward. But I don't know if I'll get that one fixed because it's actually not bad. But I do actually still quite like it. It might get covered over because I do want to fill in this space on my arm, and obviously like that could be in the way, but if I can leave it and it looks okay, then I will leave it. So the next ones I have a little R on my arm. Now this is an interesting story as well, because nothing else has been interesting. My ex actually for some reason decided that he wanted a J. Obviously my name's Jess, so he wanted a J for Jess on his arm. I believe he still got that, and we've not been together for about 9 months. He's also got a new girlfriend, so that's gotta be awkward. However, I then did this one on my arm. I kind of led him to believe that it was for him because I didn't want him to get funny that he's got a J on his arm and I've not got anything on me. It wasn't, because I'm not stupid and I'm not gonna get someone's name or anything to do with somebody that's possibly not going to be with me in, you know, in the future, tattooed on me. So this one's actually for my nan. Now my nan was called Ruth and she died. So in my other Q&A video, I think I got it wrong. I was saying in October last year, but I forget we're in 2020. It wasn't last year, but it was the year before. I think it was a couple of days before my sister's birthday in October. I did this one like 2-3 weeks after that. And that was my way of dealing with it, I guess. Yeah, so I don't really get upset with stuff. I just kind of, I can't even explain. I did get upset, but I won't show it. My way of showing is almost to kind of pay respect. And as I say, she wouldn't like it because she didn't like tattoos, but for me, I feel like I'm giving something to her, kind of paying my respect by having that on me. It's also a nice reminder. And the next ones that I have on my wrist, probably some of the most questionable ones that I have. My heart actually was one of the first ones that I ever did. I think I was 16, almost 17. I remember it actually because I had literally just gone to do my work experience in the summer that I left for my GCSE. I was trying so hard to cover it up because they all knew I was 16 and I was like, like no one's gonna see that. So I still have that one somehow. But I have my little skeleton hand. I love a good skelly bob. I play Minecraft a lot and skeletons are annoying as fuck, but skelly bobs are very cute as well. So I just, skeleton time. And then I decided that I was going to be spooky and do a little planchette because that's really original. And some crappy little flower. That one's been there for a little while as well. But I decided that I hated the placement on it. I've just shaded it because I got sick of it and I just wanted to change. I then added these two down below, and I will say I do prefer it having both of these here, and they could be reasonably easily fixed. I also want to get it finished off because I don't want to try and cover it. It won't work. I have plans. I was gonna do a planchette going all the way underneath. The other ones that I do have before I go down to the ones on my legs are my finger tattoos. So these were kind of just random spur of the moment. I'm not going to be working for a few years. I can probably cover that up. I'm just going to do them. Actually, with this moon, I tried to get my ex to do it, the same one who thought that the arm on my arm was for him. He fucked it up so badly. Oh my god. It's slightly off center. I still like it, don't get me wrong, but it's still annoying. He thought he was good enough to do it because obviously he wasn't. If you guys can see it, it's kind of almost blurred because it's got really thick lines. I had to try and fix it where he fucked it up, which made the lines really thick. So I think my plan for this one is to black it out, as in just black the little moon out, so I have a completely black moon, get rid of the space inside because that's what it makes it look a little bit dodgy, and then get it all outlined. It will be bigger because I'll get it kind of gone over, but I will still have it in the same place, and it will just be complete, it'll be like a cover up of this with the same thing, I guess, just kind of really touching it up. This one on my finger is the oldest tattoo that I have. So when I was younger, I tried to do tattoos several times. The earliest memory I have of me trying to give myself a tattoo when I was about 7. So I didn't even know what a tattoo really was. I just thought, oh, it was a bit of a strange child. I had this really big feather quill pen, and obviously like the little bit at the end you write with is really sharp. For whatever reason, I thought, oh yeah, I want to give myself a tattoo, not really understanding what that was. On my ankle, I decided that I was going to carve out a heart, which I did, and then I filled it up with ink. And honestly, I freaked my fucking self out because I didn't realise that that could actually potentially work. I tried to rub it off and I was like, oh my god, it's still there. Until I think I managed to like rub the skin raw and peel it all off. These little dots have been appearing, they've been coming and going ever since I was about 14. I I wanted a little tattoo, but I didn't want it to be too obvious, and so I thought, okay, put some dots somewhere. But I have a real thing with hand tattoos. I love tattoos on my hands and my fingers. I don't have any on my hands as such, but fingers. I thought, okay, I'll put a little one on the side, and no one really notices it, to be fair. No one actually twigged that I had it. It was one of those ones where you'd kind of do it and you wouldn't do it properly when you were younger, so it would almost peel out and you'd have a little bit left over, but most of it would disappear. And every time I'd touch it up and touch it up and touch it up, and obviously at that point you can still slightly see it, but it just looks really bad and really faded. So when I got to about 16, 17 and I actually bought some proper tattoo needles with some proper tattoo ink, I went over them and they've been fine. I know that they're not perfectly symmetrical, but that's because that's just how I did them when I was younger, and I mean, I don't really care. I think it adds character to it. I'm just planning on staying away from the needles and the ink for a little while, because as soon as I bring them out, I'm gonna start putting stuff on me again. That's all the ones on my torso. When I was talking about the one that I want to get next, I want it underneath, so I don't have anything on my torso, and I started building my arms up, and I will continue to build my arms up. Predominantly this one, because this one's got the most progress on it. However, I also want something on my torso, because I don't want to build my arms up and then go, I'm still completely plain. My plan, this little surface up here, just underneath kind of like my chest, I will hopefully be getting soon. I'm not going to give anything away, so I will make a video on that when I have got it done. I will hopefully try and record it all, and then I can kind of talk about it in detail once I've actually got it and show you it fresh. But I don't want to leave it just there, so I will probably leave it a couple of days and show you, a couple of days. So I will then probably leave it about a week and let it heal up, because I don't want to show you something that's not, it won't look as good, so I don't want to show you it like that, because I want it to look as good as possible. So the next ones that I have, I'm going to probably have to move the camera for this. The one on my leg is essentially just some random shit that I decided to do. I think it was still, again, one of the first ones that I did, because I kind of went small, small, bigger, bigger, big. And it's not massive, but it's quite a good size for a stick and poke. A lot of people were surprised when I did it. They were like, no way you spent so much time doing it. And yeah, it took me a long time to do that one. I haven't really spoken about the other ones because they didn't take me that long. The one on my leg took me about 5 hours. It was one of the first ones I did, as I said previously, but because of that I didn't properly know how to actually do it. So I kind of have a technique if I want to do it now, and I will do it a lot quicker. I just kind of started tapping myself. I started stabbing myself with ink. So the next one I have, and this has got to be one of my absolute favourites. So this one is definitely staying. I'm definitely getting it gone over, and it's definitely staying on me for the rest of my life. My little ghost. So this little ghost, he says spooky. Now the problem with him is the fact that the K and the Y are quite far apart. When I do them, I do draw them out with pen so that I know where everything's gonna go, and for some reason it shifted and I might have like rubbed it off by accident and it just didn't end up the way it should have ended up. But he's very cute. He kind of took me maybe like an hour and a half to do. He's actually looked pretty bold, and I haven't gone over him since. This is the only time that I've done him once, and I managed to get it that bold. So that's the difference between the other ones that I did up here and the one on my leg. The final one that I have is not that exciting. I don't want to show my foot. My little snake. So here is my snake. He's a very cute little snake. He's not the best. My ankle just clicked, fuck me. The position I had to sit in to do it, I had to bend my ankle all the way around. It was so uncomfortable, I could barely see what I was doing. So he's not very neat. I still think he looks alright, I just forget he's there quite a lot. So I do feel bad for him, but nevertheless. So yeah, I think that is every single one of my tattoos. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this anyway. And as I say, if I have any updates, any more tattoos that I do or that I get, in the next like month or so, I will definitely come back on here and I will let you know. The other video I did do before this was my makeup video, where I basically just ran through how I do this. So if you guys want to, please check that out. Leave me a like and please subscribe down below if you did enjoy this. And I will see you next time.